Hi guys, how you doing? Today is your girl, Miss Debs. I'm coming to you because today is my son's birthday, Kayhri. Um, I told you guys the story. Kayhri lived with his dad. I miss my baby so much. I'm going to sing happy birthday to him. And then I'm going to put up his pictures. He has a YouTube account and he goes on it, but he doesn't really communicate too much with people. Um, but I love my son and I'm going to keep praying for him because he is my child. He was the perfect baby when he was born. He was so handsome. All the people, he was preemie. He was born almost 3 months before his time. So he was a miracle child. He stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks after he was born. And I used to go up there and see him, and I didn't even know what I had when I because every time I would go to my obstetrician, they would tell me, oh, you might be having a boy, you might be having a girl. I don't know what the situation was with that. He would never open up his legs for them to see the gender, but eventually we got it. So I still was unsure, right? So once he came, I had such a complicated pregnancy with him. I was constantly in the hospital. In September, they told me that I was going to have him. And now, mind you, he wasn't born to January the 17th. So way too early. And then they were saying he was only 1 pound at this particular point. And they was going to try to keep me in the hospital. I stayed in the hospital for a while. And I used to put, back in the day, they had the Walkmans. I used to put a Walkman, the headphones on my stomach so he could listen to music. And there's a couple of songs that remind me because I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. So, they was just trying to preserve his lungs and stuff to make him develop properly. So anyway, when he was born, I had a C-section, the only child I had a C-section with. And I was knocked out. And when I woke up, my ex-husband came and they wheeled me to the nursery. And they picked up this little guy. And I'm like, okay, whose baby is that? Because he had red hair and green eyes. And he was like white like a little ghost. I'm dead serious. So I was like, well, where's my baby at? So my mom and my ex-husband was like, well, that's him right there. And I was like, what? And I looked at him and he was so tiny. And just, I couldn't even believe that I had something that little. So we just bond right after that. It was like, he was, out of my children back then, he was the only one that always hugged me and comforted me and said, oh, mommy, you're so pretty. I love you. He always hugged me and squeezed me and just made me feel so good. So as he started becoming a little older, I never really let my kids like hang out in the street. So kids in the neighborhood used to like bother him. So me and his dad, kind of like parted ways after being married for years. So I let him go to Bermuda to be with his dad because I can't teach him how to be a man. All my children have been to Bermuda. That's where my ex-husband from. To have time with their dad. So to make a long story short, he was just my little baby. I used to call him my duty. That was my nickname for him. So I just love him, and I just I call him all the time. I text him. He doesn't really pick up the phone. Sometimes he'll pick it up and he'll just listen to me. That's what's going on in his mind. So I just pray for my baby because I love him, and I'll never stop loving him, and I'll never stop praying because that's my child. So this is my birthday to him. Shout out my song to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Kayhri. Happy birthday to you. Now today he's 22. And I'm going to try to go see him, and I'm going to get him a gift. Just going to try to go see him because a lot of times I go over there and he won't answer his room door. But I'm just going to pray, and I'm going to show my presence, and it is what it is. Those of you that know the story about the video I did on him, you already know. So, But God knows all and he sees all. So in his time, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I got faith it's going to happen. Okay, so that's my birthday to my Kayhri, my little miracle child. I believe God gave him to us for a reason. I truly believe he's an angel. Because I remember one time we was in church and he caught the Holy Spirit. And I looked at him and he had like glow on him. And he smiled and he was just sitting near in the feel of the moment. And I looked and I said, God, he got it. And then it seemed like after that, like things just, happened. But God is awesome. He knows all and he sees all. That's what I got to say about the situation. So please comment and wish my baby a happy birthday. My birthday is next week. We're a week apart. I just love him so much, guys. And until you have a child that has a mental issue, it's hard. It really is, God knows we've been through our struggles. And because I didn't really understand it when it first happened, like when his mind was going a little, it kind of like, I didn't know it wasn't a name at the particular time. Then I was running him around to different doctors, psychiatrists, different programs. And once we got the word of what he has, then it sunk in. But by then, he kind of like resented me because I didn't understand. But I always been there for my child. I always tried to show him we've been through things, but that's between me, him, and God. So just please pray. It's positive vibes. Pray for my son, please, and wish him a happy birthday. I love you, Kayhri. Mommy loves you so much. You are always my duty. God bless. Thank you guys for sharing this moment with me.